Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Man, this streaming stuff is not for everybody, especially if you one of those guys that's in the street still doing stuff, doing things that you ain't got no business doing, or just somebody that somebody don't like, man. If you one of those persons that people don't like and you out there streaming, making it easy for people to target you and get you, then I don't think you should be streaming, man. And if you is going to stream, go ahead and get you a matching Airbnb and stream inside of there, man. Don't be out here streaming in public, man, because people will get you, man. This is the case right here. These guys was out there streaming, and look what happened, man. Let's go over here and check this out. I don't want to stream unless I'm doing mine in the Airbnb match.
Vámonos, chicos. No, la moto.
Ingresos.
No, oiga, me sentí bien mal, oiga.
No, ese chalo me han mirado. ¿Tu número? Un cascazo esa marega y sí.
Guajiro, ¿te acuerdas cuando nos asaltaron en un camión?
Más que me cayó y pedí no.
All right, now, I don't know what they saying, but you can see some guys right here roll up on a motorcycle. The moment you see two dudes riding up on the motorcycle, man, one in back of you, one riding in front, you should automatically know right there and off the rip, something's up. Something is up, man.
No.
The leader of the Sinaloa cartel will now face 6 separate indictments throughout the U.S. And you know, this is someone the U.S. Department of Justice has called one of the most prolific, dangerous, violent cartel leaders in the world.
Restrictions in place after the son of El Chapo, Ovidio Guzman, was arrested by the Mexican military in what they say was a joint operation.
Llevó a cabo la detención de Ovidio N.
Lo que está pasando.
Federal authorities say he was captured outside the state's capital, Culiacan, just after 6 a.m. He was traveling in a vehicle with other gunmen when detained and quickly flown to Mexico City. Cartel gunmen reacting all across the state. Could be a violent show of power by the Sinaloa cartel faction led by El Chapo's son.
The Chapitos faction of the Sinaloa cartel are very powerful.
You ever in Mexico and you see two men wearing helmets, apparently that's a no-go.
Man, I just said that. I ain't even seen this video. I just said the same thing. You see two dudes roll up on the motorcycle with and one is nuts to butt. Nuts to butt, man. Y'all know what that is when you're close up on somebody. Get out the way. Get up out the way, man.
Really do that, and two men on a scooter wearing helmets is normally a bad idea. Just a messenger. But recently, a Mexican streamer was gunned down in front of a KFC while live streaming. And what makes this story even more heartbreaking is that just moments before it happened, his friends had noticed the two men who would later carry out the attack. They even told him that they had a bad feeling about them. Seconds later, those same men had double back. This time, they opened fire. But they only targeted one individual, fired one shot towards one part of his body, his head. They didn't target the whole group. And according to public information available, there was a reason why they shot him. So the question is, at this point, why? Well, at first glance, it doesn't.
There you go. Yeah, when you target, man, and you on live stream, not paying attention, that's how you know them views got everybody gone, man. Them views and likes got everybody gone. You're not even paying attention to your surroundings. We got to get the content. We got the content. That's all everybody care about, the content.
Doesn't look like they pulled up looking for a specific person, right? It seems like something caught their attention as they drove by the first time that made them double back. So at that point, I started to do my research, going through public information, and I found out what investigators and many observers believe could explain why he became the target. Now let me be clear, I'm not here to push the conspiracy theories or accuse anyone of something that hasn't been proven. I'm only going to cover what's been publicly reported and let you decide what you think. This is a story we normally don't cover, but I felt there was something worth shining light on because it's a reminder of how important it is to stay aware of your surroundings, especially when you visit.
That seemed like a setup. Before the bike even started, the other dudes ran. Other dudes ran before the bike even stopped. He's still standing there, not knowing what's going, like a deer caught in headlights.
Another country. Sometimes things That same small or insignificant can carry a meaning you don't even realize. In this case, many reports has focused on one specific detail, the hat the man was wearing. Could that have played a role in why he was singled out? Today we're gonna break down the timeline, examine the public reported information, explain the possible significance behind that hat, and see where this investigation stands today. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it.
Another PSA, listen.
Man, I know one thing, man. If they dying over hats, that's just like out here, man, with the gangbangers. Over the color rags, man, the color flags. Let's get back to this, though, man. This is wild.
Make sure you go through the full sign-up process so you don't miss out.
All right, let me pass this part, man. Let's go straight to right about here.
Yes.
No, oiga, me sentí bien mal, oiga.
No, ese chalo me han mirado. ¿Tu número? Un cascazo esa marega y sí.
Guajiro, ¿te acuerdas cuando nos asaltaron en un camión?
Vamos a hacerle que me cayó y perdió, pero...
No.
The video you just saw was Mexican social media influencer Cesar Castelo. He was shot and killed on Tuesday while live streaming with friends outside a fast food restaurant, which was considered a KFC, northwestern of the city Culiacan. Cesar, who has nearly 600,000 followers on TikTok, was known for his comedy videos, and also recently went viral for his relationship choice.
Man, we should at least had a translator.
In the video, Cesar and his two friends were approached by two people on a motorcycle, both wearing helmets. In the recording of the live stream, the driver of the motorcycle appeared to fire a gun directly at Cesar. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about where all this is happening. Sinaloa. This is a state of the northwest coast of Mexico, known for its beautiful beaches, agriculture, and rich culture. But over the years, it also became known around the world because of its birthplace and longtime stronghold of the Sinaloa cartel. The state's capital is Culiacan, a city that's been at the center of many major cartel stories over the years. Because of its location near the Pacific Ocean and major highways, authorities say it's been an important area for drug trafficking routes. Today, when you hear about the La Mayaza and the Chapizi, many of the clashes being reported by Mexican authorities have been centered in and around Sinaloa.
That boy El Chapo, man. I wonder if he got anything. I don't think he got nothing to do with this. If it was over that hat, then that was wild. But I don't think he got nothing to do with all this. But they just giving you a breakdown how dangerous it could be in some of these areas.
Particularly the Culiacan region. That's why this is important, and the location coming up in the headlines whenever these two fractions are mentioned. Now, to understand why people keep mentioning La Mazaya and Los Chapitos, you have to go back to the Sinaloa cartel. For years, the cartel was led by some of the biggest names in organized crime, including El Chapo and El Mayo. Even though they worked together for decades, each had their own network of trusted family members and associates. After El Chapo was arrested and later extradited to the United States, his sons, known collectively as Los Chapitos or La Chapitas, began taking on much larger leadership role. Meanwhile, El Mayo continued leading his own fraction, often referred to as the La Mazaya.
The leader of the Sinaloa cartel will now face 6 separate indictments throughout the U.S. And this is someone the U.S. Department of Justice has called one of the most prolific, dangerous, violent cartel leaders in the world. Someone known to have moved billions upon billions of dollars worth of drugs across the world, really a global network. And that is why he was known to be one of the most wanted drug lords, and so powerful that he actually ran the cartel from the prison. Famously managed to escape from a maximum security prison in 2015. It took authorities months to recapture him. This is also someone, however.
Hey, he ain't just broke out. He got that bag. Billions of dollars. I'm surprised he's still up in there.
Who is seen by some here as a sort of Robin Hood figure, someone who gave people in poor communities opportunities to just put food on the table by taking part in his operation. Now, we don't know for sure who is running that operation now, but we do know that since he has been taken into custody, we have certainly seen a fight over his cartel's territory, a turf war, if you will. By this happening on the final day of the Obama administration, it could be seen by some as Obama getting what he wants, but it could also be seen as the Mexican government removing a possible point of contention with the incoming Trump.
But I want to know what all this got to do with this streamer getting lit up. What I want to get back to the streamer. Yeah, this would be a message to all the streamers, especially the street streamers, the ones who still in the street gangbanging.
Burning buses in the streets and travel restrictions in place after the son of El Chapo, Ovidio Guzman, was arrested by the Mexican military in what they say was a joint operation.
Llevó a cabo la detención de Ovidio N.
Lo que está pasando.
Federal authorities say he was captured outside the state's capital, Culiacan, just after 6 a.m. He was traveling in a vehicle with other gunmen when detained and quickly flown to Mexico City. Cartel gunmen reacting all across the state. This morning, a video.
All right, let me get past this, man. I think we've seen too much of this. Where is the part where the guys that was on the motorcycle, what do that got to do with them? All this is cool, but let's get back to this part. I want to see what happened to the streamers.
Streamer Caesar had decided to still go over there.
Let me go back a little bit about right here. All right, let's go.
Before the hitmen for the cartel really got a chance to put the pressure on there. So now it's very politically difficult for them to release him under pressure from the cartel like they did before.
Guad Venegas joins us now. Guad, that video and this story is so wild. I know you have some new reporting tonight on the Secretary of Foreign Affairs in Mexico speaking out.
Tom, that's right. Secretary of Foreign Affairs Marcelo Ebrard spoke about this and said two things that we were all wondering. One, he said American agencies did not participate in the arrest. And two, he says that Ovidio Guzman has to face the Mexican justice before they can consider extraditing him to the United States.
In a New York courtroom today, Zambada was head of the Sinaloa cartel. He pleaded.
What do the streamers got to do with this, man? What do the streamers got to do with this? Is that letting them know there was something going on, that the streamers might have been in the wrong territory, the wrong neighborhood? I'm trying to figure out, what do the streamers got to do with any of this?
Guilty to drug trafficking last year. In addition to the life sentence, he's also facing $15 billion in financial penalties. However, prosecutors have not yet been able to identify or recover any.
So as you can see, El Chapo's sons took over. He was arrested twice. And on the second time, they had to release him due to the retaliation from the Sinaloa cartel. Yet and still, the Mexican streamer Caesar had decided to still go over there and wore a sombrero. And people online are saying that shows support for the Messiah, which is...
Oh, okay. Now it's adding up. I see what's going on now. So it's just like he was in the wrong neighborhood wearing the wrong color in street term. He had a hat on, and I guess that represent another part of these guys who was getting into it. And they might have mistaken him, or he might have been straight target. Let me go back and listen to what they said one more time.
Yet and still, the Mexican streamer Caesar had decided to still go over there and wore a sombrero. And people online are saying that shows support for the Messiah, which is ran by El Mayo. Now, normally, the hats have MZ or MZT after doing my research. Lettering, which some people online associate with Mayo Zambada. Hats featuring images, initials, or slogans that have appeared on social media posts or photos linked to individuals alleged to be associated with the fraction. Certain custom cowboy hats or sombreros worn by people who are already believed to be connected to the group. It seemed like some way or another, the two on the motorcycle associated, allegedly, Caesar with the imposing group of El Chapo's son. And in return, they doubled back and shot him. May he rest in peace and level condolences to his family.
Wow, might have been mistaken identity. But they imagine if they was like that out here in LA. All these guys that be on the internet talking crazy and reckless, and you got some guys that's with it like this, pull up, two on the scooter and wet you up. I bet you they'll stop all that online disrespect. But yeah, man, rest in peace to this guy right here, man. He learned the hard way.
Now, I heard a little script from someone who, I'm assuming Mexican. He's wearing a ski mask, and he gave his insight. Then on his TikTok,
you can still see who the hell he is. That ski mask ain't doing no justice.
He said he was wearing a hat showing support for someone who he won't mention. It got to be one of the two. But check out a clip from his story.
And chat, he was literally live streaming in Culiacan, Sinaloa with his two buddies when all of a sudden 2 men in a moped roll up and then they boom, boom.
Wow.
And the bullet literally goes through right here, but you can literally see it come out through right here. It is literally one of the worst videos I think I've seen all year. Just absolutely gruesome, bro. Like, it's to the point where, yeah, I know I'm about to play right here, but I can't even play the whole thing. And this just shows, because I know that in the past I said that reporters and journalists have one of the hardest jobs. Like, this job that I do is one of the hardest jobs ever.
Well, listen.
But I honestly think that streamers in these coming years are gonna
they gonna get you next. If you was somebody I knew exactly who you was. You got the wrong ski mask on. This the wrong ski. They used to wear these back in the 70s movies. You need that new Pooh Shiesty mask on. This mask ain't gonna cut it. I can tell exactly who you is, man. You ain't hiding nothing with this mask on.
Gonna be right up there with the reporters and the journalists. Now, one thing that I don't understand is how there was literally a part in that live stream in which one of his friends actually looked at the two dudes in the motorcycle, right? And he said, bro, I don't have a good feeling about this.
Vámonos, chicos. No, la moto. No, oiga, me sentí bien mal, oiga. No.
You see them ride by the first time. I don't know what they saying, but you can tell them, say, man, I don't look right, man. Yeah. Watch them dudes on the motorcycle. They rolling too deep, man.
He told his friend that. He told the dude who got killed, that Cesar Gastelum, he literally told him that. He said, bro, I don't have a good feeling about this, because there was two dudes in a motorcycle with helmets on. And if you have been to Mexico, you know that people don't really ride around with helmets. So the fact that these two fools were literally riding around in one motorcycle with helmets on, you knew that they had some bad intentions. Everybody seen this, bro. I mean, this was literally broadcasted. I don't know how much viewers this man had, but what I do know is that now there's more.
Wow, it was on. You know what? I forget. Where I'm at, man. What am I thinking? They was live streaming when this happened. Everybody seen this. Wow.
More reports that are coming out, and now more people are saying that he had connections, that he switched from one side and then went over to the other side.
Arriba quién, Ramón.
Oh yeah, like he was in the game. Look at him.
But all in all, they're saying to never, ever, ever wear a sombrero, especially in Culiacán, Sinaloa, because they're saying that it's the gente del sombrero. But they're saying that bro already has some past connections to Los Toys. Of course, Los Toys, Padronito Toys, Marquitos Toys, all those foods right there. And of course, they said the Marquitos Toys guys are affiliated with certain individuals in Mexico. And that's why they're saying that this entire thing happened. However, chat, I cannot confirm nor deny those things that people are saying, because of course, I don't really live in that lifestyle. What I know is what I know. I saw the video, we all saw the video, and I know that for a fact, if you guys haven't seen it already, you guys will see it in the coming days, the unfiltered, the raw version, because of course I had to censor it right here. But chat, I'm gonna say this right now. Wilito and Lonche and all the other Mexican streamers have to up their security after this.
Yeah. And all you black people that be trying to dress up like cowboys going to these rodeos, y'all better stay out of Mexico with them hats on. Yeah, you better stay up out there with them hats on. Y'all be next. Out here playing like y'all cowboys. And you never rode a horse in your life. And if you did have one, you'd probably sell it, because it's too hot out there to be riding on a horse.
I'm talking about if they have 2 bodyguards with them, they have to go to 5 bodyguards with them.
No creo. Pues
They look spooked. They look nervous. Look, they scared to death. Why would you not look at the car? The car rolling by, you looking, hoping don't nothing happen. You better keep your eyes on the windows and them doors.
Because this stuff right here, bro, is out of literally control, bro. Like, it's just out of control. I literally cannot even believe it. We have to protect Wilito and Lonche at all costs.
There you have it, fam. 111 prayers to the victim.
All right, man. So there you have it, man. That live streaming ain't no joke. That live streaming ain't no joke, man. Showing your locations, man. And like I said, if you in the streets, get out the way. Do not be on there live streaming, man. Get you a pre-record and get it on. But in that instance right there, man, they spotted him. They seen him out there with that hat on. They said, man, I don't know what kind of politics they got going on, but man, all you streamers, man, be careful. Get your Airbnb and stream inside, man. Do not be out there on them corners streaming and people are seeing them signs where you at. And especially if you had already, it'd go all bad. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. Share the video. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.